Willie Kearns with Smartpath Technologies is here to answer any of your computer-related questions. If you have a question, just call the number on your screen, 1-888-208-6946. Already have a caller, Jim in Princeton. He wants to know, do you foresee any problems with upgrading from Windows 8 to Windows 10?
Great question, Jim. And you know, everybody is talking about Windows 10 now. No, not really a whole lot of necessarily issues that I think you'll see in upgrading from 8 to 10. You know, I think the biggest problem, which you kind of have anytime there's a new operating system release, is making sure that maybe some other devices that you have are going to be Windows 10 compatible. So, you know, scanners and webcams and those kind of things. When Windows 8 came out, there were a lot of people who had hardware that was 4 or 5 years old. You know, maybe a webcam that was 4 or 5 years old. The manufacturer of that webcam never released software to make the webcam work with Windows 8. Now, it's the same thing going to happen with Windows 10, but no, for the most part, I think you'll be good. The computer will probably upgrade just fine. Lots of positive things about Windows 10. You know, they're bringing back the start menu. That was huge. Everybody wanted the start menu back, the desktop, the way that it was in Windows XP and Windows 7. That's coming back, and just a better usability and probably more stability.
All right, Sandy in Vienna wants to know, how does it help the computer to back it up? What does a backup do?
Well, that's a very good question. You know, you always hear computer nerds and people like me saying you got to back up, you got to back up. Very, very important. You know, a good situation or a good example is kind of what's going on now with the weather and storms and that kind of thing. You know, you probably on your computer have things that you do. You know, you maybe have pictures that you've downloaded on there. You might have documents or Word documents, something like that, that you've typed up for school. You want to back those up, you know, get them onto a USB jump drive or get them onto a USB hard drive, something like that. Because if your computer dies, then that's it. I mean, you've lost your documents, you've lost your pictures if it doesn't back up. You know, computers are only mechanical machines, and they have moving parts, and they do wear out, and they do die, and you do get lemons sometimes. So, you know, by having a backup, that makes sure that all of your stuff is safe. If you know your computer dies, you have to go get a new one. You're going to be able to have all your pictures, documents, all that kind of stuff back.
And easily transferable.
And easily transferable.
Brian in Paducah wants to know, he did a Windows update. Now the computer won't reboot at blue screens. What can he do?
Great question. When that happens, typically when the computer's coming up, you know, you turn it on, you hit the power button. As it's trying to load into Windows, before it really does, if you can hit the F8 key on your keyboard, the F8 key will bring up a menu of options. One of them is safe mode. That should give you the ability to go in and roll back the computer to a state that it was prior to you installing the update. Now, it's okay, you may have to hit the F8 key a couple of times. You know, you may have to turn it off and turn it back on to get the menu up. But try that, see if that works. If it doesn't, call us at Smartpath, call your local IT company, and we can walk you through it probably.
All right, a lot more questions, but we are out of time. Thank you, Willie.
Thank you.
Coming up.